Do you know what identity the old farmer who fought alongside Xiaoyan truly had? Unexpectedly, he turned out to be an unparalleled genius of the Futu divine clan. Continuing from before, what the entire clan consists of heaven supremes. Qing Yanjing's words caused Xun Er's heart to tremble. She found it hard to believe that in the great thousand world, there could exist an ancient race composed entirely of heaven supremes. Are you joking? Zhen asked in disbelief. I didn't explain it clearly before, Qing Yanjing said. Although the members of this fifth clan are all heaven supremes, there are actually only about 20 of them. The fifth clan doesn't have an official name. Its members are elite geniuses selected from the 4 major branches. They all share 2 characteristics. First, they reached the Heaven Supreme realm before the age of 100. Second, they are capable of mastering at least 2 of the supreme techniques and arts of different branches. The Futu Divine Clan possesses the Futu Divine Pagoda, representing the power to refine all things. The Mohe Divine Clan has the Mohe Supreme Light, representing the power to measure all things. The Ancient Sky Connecting Python Clan possesses the Yin-Yang Annihilation Seal, representing total destruction. And the Hun Divine Clan wields the Hun Divine Sword, considered the most powerful offensive force in the Great Thousand World. I see. Hearing this, Xun Er finally calmed down. She had previously thought that there existed a race with tens of thousands of Heaven Supremes. Qing Yanjing continued. Although the fifth clan only has about 20 members, their status is no less than that of the 4 major branches. They have no fixed leader. Each of them acts independently toward a common goal, to protect the Great Thousand World. They are not bound by the 4 branches, nor do they need to obey the commands of any clan leader. As a result, they possess both the highest level of power and the greatest freedom in the Great Thousand World. They could be anyone, an ordinary-looking person, or perhaps the leader of a sect. Like Farmer Bo, who chose to live as a farmer. Xun Er asked, is that farmer one of the 5th clan members? Yes, as far as I know. Farmer Bo was once the 2nd strongest among the younger generation of the Futu Divine Clan 10,000 years ago. At that time, there were 2 geniuses in the clan. The first later became the clan leader, while Farmer Bo, due to certain opportunities, entered the 5th clan. As she finished speaking, Qing Yanjing suddenly seemed to sense something. With a wave of her hand, an exquisite spatial teleportation array appeared. I have to go. Seeing the formation, Xun Er understood that Qing Yanjing was about to travel to an extremely distant place. She sighed helplessly and embraced her. Even though I can't stop you. Remember this. If you ever run into trouble, come to the Do Chi world to find me. I'll have Brother Xiaoyan help you. Don't underestimate him. His potential is limitless. Perhaps one day even the ancient divine clans will tremble before him. When that time comes, you can just stay with us. No matter which elder or clan leader comes, we'll beat them all back. Thank you, I understand. Qing Yanjing nodded and stepped into the teleportation array. 20 minutes earlier, above the Danling Great Region, where demonic aura surged into the heavens, 5 enormous black boxes, each spanning millions of miles, hovered in the sky. These were summoned by the extraterrestrial evil race. Their purpose was clear. If they fought directly in the world, the shockwaves would devastate hundreds of millions of miles and alert hidden Heaven Supreme experts. Thus, they transferred the battlefields into these black boxes. These so-called black boxes were actually a type of spatial demonic artifact similar to heavenly divine artifacts. They could simulate an independent world, and this one simulated the homeland of the extraterrestrial fiends, making it the most advantageous battlefield for them. Inside the black box trapping Xiaoyan, endless heavenly flames. Donghua surged, filling the dark space. As the master of this domain, the devouring evil heavenly emperor stared ahead in disbelief. There, a dazzling flame figure floated in the air. It was Xiaoyan who had activated the flame destruction body High Diet Hoa Thee. But what shocked the heavenly emperor even more, behind Xiaoyan stood tens of thousands of massive beasts. These creatures had originally been raised within the black box, but now They were under Xiaoyan's control. Quite beyond my expectations, the Heavenly Emperor said. Do you intend to use these beasts against me? They're useless against you, Xiaoyan replied calmly. With a flick of his sleeve, the countless beasts charged toward the black ocean below, targeting the demonic creatures within it. Xiaoyan was able to control them, using the same method as before in the demonic lotus flame space. He used flames to create illusions, and through those illusions controlled weaker beings. This method worked even on creatures of the extraterrestrial race. Only now, the scale of his flame illusion domain was far greater, covering hundreds of thousands of miles. Your beasts are no longer of any use, Xiaoyan said. The Heavenly Emperor snorted coldly. He knew facing Xiaoyan head-on meant certain defeat. Thus he retreated rapidly. But the moment he moved, his pupils shrank violently. A ghost-like figure had already appeared before him. Before he could react, a blazing heavy Zhuan ruler Huyan Trong Shich swept across. The speed of the strike was like a blade capable of cutting through everything. It instantly severed the Heavenly Emperor's right half. The wound was engulfed in brilliant heavenly flames burning his body. You bastard! Driven mad, the Heavenly Emperor unleashed a world-destroying punch. At such close range, Xiaoyan couldn't dodge. The strike hit him directly, sending him flying tens of thousands of meters. But at that moment, a dazzling light bloomed before the Heavenly Emperor. Before he could react, he was completely engulfed. The radiance swept across the entire black box. Meanwhile, Xiaoyan steadied himself and stared ahead as if waiting for something. Suddenly, a terrifying roar echoed. A massive figure emerged, rapidly expanding. In just a few breaths, it grew to millions of meters in size. It was a black creature with 6 legs. Its head was enormous, with no nose or features, only a gigantic mouth from which black liquid flowed endlessly. It resembled a monstrous beast capable of devouring heaven and earth. And this was the true form of the devouring evil Heavenly Emperor, still lacking, just a little. Xiaoyan sighed softly. He had been pressuring his opponent, not merely to force out his true form, but for something even more important. This was what Xiaoyan had been waiting for since the very beginning of the battle. It was also the legendary divine flame said to be absolutely impossible to refine. Continuing from before, Xiaoyan watched as the devouring evil beast revealed its true form. A sharp glint flashed across his eyes. Immediately, a flame rune once again appeared on his forehead. As the rune emerged, the flame destruction body he had unleashed began to expand rapidly. In just a few breaths, it had grown to a size of 1,000,000 zhang. At this moment in the sky, 2 gigantic figures each, 1,000,000 zhang tall, stood confronting one another. Xiaoyan spoke to the devouring evil emperor. Since you've even revealed your true form, it seems you no longer intend to delay. You seem to know that I've been stalling all along. Hearing this, the devouring evil emperor laughed. But now there are only 3 minutes left. Telling you won't matter anymore. What do you mean, 3 minutes left? Xiaoyan narrowed his eyes. The devouring evil emperor replied, Did you think that after trapping you in this black box space, we would do nothing? The teleportation array outside is about to be completed. Using these 5 black box spaces as formation anchors in just 10 minutes, you will all be transported together with us to a place beyond the Great Thousand World. Ha! Only 3 minutes remain. Do you think you can defeat me in such a short time? If you can't, then even killing me after 3 minutes will be meaningless. You are all doomed. The words of the devouring evil emperor shocked Xiaoyan. He hadn't expected that while fighting him, these extraterrestrial fiends had also been planning something like this. At this moment, people like the Taishu Sacred Flame Elder were probably still completely unaware. Then Xiaoyan saw, on the body of the devouring evil emperor, a flame that seemed to originate from hell surged upward. Under the enveloping of this flame, his life force and soul were rapidly burning away. At the same time, his power instantly returned to its peak. This was Hellfire, also known as the Nether Flame, ranked 10th on the 100 million flame rankings. To completely stop Xiaoyan within the next 3 minutes, The devouring evil emperor had used his own life and soul as the price to maintain peak power for the next 10 minutes. However, upon seeing this scene, a smile appeared at the corner of Xiaoyan's lips. From the very beginning of the battle, he had been waiting for something, and that something was the hellfire from the depths of hell. Xiaoyan's true objective was the hellfire. This was the divine flame rumored to be impossible to refine. Although he had seen hellfire on several emperors of the extraterrestrial fiends, he knew hellfire grows stronger along with its user. When the user reaches the supreme realm, hellfire can rank within the top 300 of the 100 million flame rankings. At the Earth Supreme level, it can reach the top 50. However, its true power only manifests when used by a Heaven Supreme. At that level, it becomes a true God-tier flame. Because a Heaven Supreme is one with heaven and earth, hellfire no longer burns just the individual soul. It burns the life force of the entire world. If an Earth Supreme uses hellfire, it can restore all their power. But when a Heaven Supreme uses it, they don't just recover, they surpass their peak state. Bathed in hellfire, the devouring evil emperor emitted an extremely terrifying aura. His power surged wildly from the lower emperor level upward. After 10 breaths, his strength had already doubled his peak, approaching the mid-emperor level. "Less than 3 minutes, huh?" Xiaoyan murmured. Then, boundless spiritual power surged from within him. His voice resounded across heaven and earth. "Defeating you. 2 minutes is enough." Hearing this, the devouring evil emperor opened his enormous mouth. A terrifying devouring force instantly spread across the world. All evil energy began to frantically gather before him. When it could no longer be compressed, it transformed into a black beam and blasted toward Xiaoyan. Facing the incoming black beam, Xiaoyan, in his flame destruction body state, gripped the eternal ruler tightly and swung it fiercely. The destructive power gathered on the ruler surged out like a tidal wave colliding with the black beam. As a storm of destruction swept across heaven and earth, a figure wrapped in destruction flames had already pierced through the energy storm, charging straight toward the devouring evil emperor. The devouring evil emperor did not retreat. Instead, stepping on shattered space, he rushed forward as well. Every punch and kick from both sides caused space itself to collapse. However, due to his massive size, the devouring evil emperor's reactions were slightly slower. In dozens of exchanges, he only managed to hit Xiaoyan twice, while Xiaoyan struck him over 10 times with destructive attacks. Something's wrong. After many clashes, the devouring evil emperor finally sensed something unusual, because Xiaoyan's attacks were not random. Each punch and strike felt like he was carving something onto his body. "You bastard! What have you done to me?" he roared. Xiaoyan grinned. The eternal ruler in his hand slammed forward again, sending the devouring evil emperor flying millions of zhang away. After stabilizing himself, the devouring evil emperor stared at Xiaoyan. But what happened next made him uneasy. On Xiaoyan's flame, destruction body flame runes began to emerge. These runes formed meridian-like patterns. What shocked him was, these patterns were identical to Xiaoyan's own meridians. At this moment, Xiaoyan grinned. "You just asked what I could do in 1 minute, right?" Although the devouring evil emperor felt a hint of unease, he only snorted coldly, and once again opened his devouring maw. Meanwhile, Xiaoyan sat cross-legged in the air. He activated all the flame power within his body, circulating it through his meridians. A deep voice echoed from his mouth. Immortal flame art transformed the foreign into the self. At this moment, only 1 minute remained before the teleportation array would activate. Above the devouring evil emperor, a massive black seal, nearly 1,000,000 zhang in size, had already formed. If it fell upon Xiaoyan, he was confident it could heavily injure him. But at that instant, a brilliant flame suddenly ignited on his body. It was D-Flame, the flame controlled by Xiaoyan. Then, a black light surged out from within his body. Under this light, his aura rapidly declined. In just dozens of seconds, his strength had nearly been halved. This terrifying rate of decay drove the devouring evil emperor into madness. Across from him, Xiaoyan, still seated, smiled mockingly. His voice echoed across heaven and earth. Deflame. Assimilate the hellfire within him.